So, what's the deal? How's the new season?
I hate this game. Diablo 4 is bad again. I don't care what they say.
If it's a nothing burger, then they are fucked. Then the D4 bad.
So, again,
D4 bad.
Dogshit game meant for dogshit players, made by a dogshit company.
Are the perpetual haters right? Or are they just blowing smoke? Let's find out. Hey everyone, Fedall here, back with a new video. Season 11 is in full swing, and today we're gonna break it all down. Don't worry, I'm not gonna bore you with any rocket science. We're keeping it casual so everyone's on the same page. Before we dive in, I have to address the elephant in the room. Diablo's reputation. That massive backlash from the early seasons is still haunting the game. I keep seeing people saying Diablo is trash and that they'll never install it again. Usually, it's the people who played it at launch, quit, and haven't touched it since. But, is that still the case today? Honestly, I wasn't expecting much from Season 11. Just another update. I thought, alright, let's see if the guys at Blizzard can finally step up. But then came the Game Awards, the Paladin reveal as a pre-order bonus for Lord of Hatred, and suddenly, the internet was on fire. Tears, hype, pure emotion. It was a genius move by Blizzard to save this season from flatlining. And the result? Obviously, everyone rushed in to try the Paladin.
We're the people who were put at risk by these improvised explosive devices.
And here's my guy. I think I know what you're thinking. And yes, it's Jerka Prochaska. Hardcore Diablo players are probably gonna roast me because I didn't put in crazy hours this time. I'm only at Paragon 253. On the other hand, I checked off everything I needed to, finished the season journey, tested the new mechanics, and I've been enjoying the endgame. Well, as much as possible. I ran the Paladin through 3 different builds, from Judgment to Auridon, and finally, Zenith. I ended up sticking with Zenith. I also gotta give a massive shout out to Mr. Big PENIS from Paragaming for showing me this build. Honestly man, thanks for the hookup. It's been an absolute blast. I'm loving the cleave damage, the way it swings, the way things drop, that feeling when groups of monsters pop like popcorn in a microwave. It's priceless, and that's what Diablo is all about, right? On Torment 4 content, this is more than enough. Even though I'm one of the weaker links in my clan, I've really enjoyed the season. The Paladin is classically OP, standard Blizzard move with new classes. But the design, it's miles ahead of the Spiritborn. The talents make sense, the builds actually work, and the visuals, pure eye candy. Total thumbs up from me. Now, let's talk about the display changes. Now, let's talk about tempering. I'm not gonna lie, it's not exactly a revolution, but you can definitely feel the shift for the better. Blizzard finally nuked those bloated affix pools that used to drive us crazy. Remember when you had to roll like a maniac and just pray that among all that junk, you'd hit the one stat you actually needed? Yeah, those days are over. Now you pick specific affixes separately. You go in with a plan. This means you're no longer wasting your precious rerolls just trying to get the stat to show up. Instead, you're focusing on one thing, fishing for the highest roll possible. You're basically standing at the blacksmith, spinning the wheel until you hit that perfect star. It's a completely different strategy. You stop worrying about if you'll get the affix and start focusing on maxing it out. Honestly, it feels like a much more human system. And then we have Masterworking. This is where the game really stepped up in Season 11. We can now masterwork all the way up to level 25. Which means 10 solid upgrades. But the absolute game changer, the one thing that's going to save us all from a mental breakdown, you can finally re-roll that critical star to a different affix without having to reset the whole thing back to level 1. Remember the depression of missing that final crit at level 12 and having to delete the whole progress? Gone. Thank God. Sure, this final re-roll eats up quite a bit of rare Needhiren, but let's be real, it's not an issue. Mats are raining from the sky this season, so farming isn't a problem. At the end of the day, this system is light years ahead of where it was. It's no longer a punishment for having bad luck. It's a fair way to polish your build to perfection. For me, this is easily the biggest QOL change of the season. Next up, the monster rework. Look, it's cool that Blizzard looked into it, but let's be honest. You'll barely notice the difference in game. Why? Because this season, everything dies so fast the monsters don't even have time to say hello. It's like they have an allergy to your eye contact. You look at them wrong, and they collapse like a house of cards. So, don't expect to be studying any new enemy attack patterns. As for the monster AI, that's a different story. If you're curious about what's happening under the hood, MicroBioBoy made a killer video deep diving into the technical side. Definitely go check that out. But for us, mere mortals with super-duper builds, you won't feel the enemies getting smarter. To you, they're still just targets, trying to run away from your demolition, and failing miserably. This one is a bit of a mixed bag. The damage display, total step in the wrong direction, or, let's be real, a dogshit move. Those numbers basically mean nothing now. Everyone's damage looks the same. It's just visual noise. Blizzard dropped the ball here. On the flip side, the toughness display, they nailed it. It's clean, and you finally have a baseline idea of how much punishment you can take. I still wish there was a breakdown of resistances, but it's a nice step forward. Moving on to the season powers. I'll be brief. They're just meh. Not great, not terrible. They're there, but it's not something I'm going to write home about. It's basically filler. It works, but you won't remember it once the season is over. Now, the season journey, that actually made me happy. Blizzard completely overhauled it. It acts as a perfect compass. It guides you step by step. They really killed it with this one. My only but is the rewards. They need more love. If the final gifts were more unique, it would be a total home run. I also have to give a massive thumbs up for the item rework. The system is much cleaner now, and your inventory isn't full of total junk anymore. The game feels fairer, and the builds click together much better. Let's talk bosses. In the late game, they're basically just walking loot boxes. You hit them once, and they're done. No challenge. The best phase is Torment 1 or 2, where you actually have to watch the mechanics. That is the real Diablo experience. But huge props to Blizzard for shutting down those shady third-party material sellers. No more buying mats for a few bucks. Now you have to earn it. And those new Purified materials, getting them is no joke. You have to be a serious grinder. But fighting the Uber versions of Azmodan in the arenas, that makes the grind worth it. But now, I have to nitpick. Loot. It's extreme. You're literally drowning in items. But there is absolutely no loot filter. I feel like a janitor at a thrift store, digging through piles of garbage. 99% of the stuff is total trash.
Bullshit, všechno je to bullshit.
This is a total fail, Blizzard. It's frustrating, not fun.
It's still pooping out of his goddamn sack. 30 seconds, guys. Okay, I think that was it. 33 seconds. 33 seconds for loot to drop out of this. What is going on?
Then there's item Sanctification. It's straight up gambling. You'll re-roll the same piece dozens of times, chasing those iconic items like Shaco or the legendary Grandpapa. It's a grind on top of a grind, but for us dorks, that feeling when you finally hit the right roll, that's the high we're all chasing. The tower also changed the meta. Suddenly we have pure support builds. Whether it's a Barb, Paladin, or Druid, it's now about how you carry the team. It's a breath of fresh air for Sanctuary. The tower itself? Nothing revolutionary. Endless floors, a timer, and a boss. It's a solid classic, but it needs better rewards. People shouldn't feel like they're just chasing a spot on a spreadsheet. Finally, the new expansion, Lord of Hatred. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hyped. The better Diablo we've been craving is on the horizon. Blizzard finally has the cards in their hand to hit a home run. As soon as it drops, we'll be there testing everything. To wrap up, Diablo 4 today is the best version we've ever had. Is it perfect? No. But you can tell the devs are trying. I've been playing since Diablo 1, day 1. I've seen it all, and that's why I'm being positive. Anyone can complain, but for a casual player, this is just a good game. It's worth it.
Only for people that like having a bad time and that want to waste their life doing the same goddamn thing over and over again. This is the worst game ever designed.
If you felt that haptic feedback in your nuts and butterflies in your stomach, make sure to subscribe and drop a like. I stream almost every day, so feel free to stop by and say what's up.